Page Puncher's Black Adam. This one's been around for a while. It's fairly inexpensive. I got it on clearance. I got a couple of them at Walmart, believe it or not. They were actually on the shelf for $7 a piece, and about a year ago, and I figured, you know what, while I'm here, why not get it? Page Puncher's Black Adam. I do like that pose right there. I kind of like that, and I like the smoke and stuff, but right now I like this pose. Really cool pose right there. So let's get them out of the box, and we'll talk about what we're going to do to them. Okay, we have them out of the box. Actually, a really good looking figure. Really surprised. It looks better out of the box for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But these are really cool. These lightning effects right here, they're really cool. We'll do something with those maybe. But to talk a little bit about what we're going to do with Black Adam, sort of like this right here. I want to go with something like the Superman white suit. I want to have these two kind of together. And I really would like to get him in that pose, but we'll do that here in a second. So the rundown, all we're going to do is hopefully do just white, black, and some silvers. I don't know yet, but while we're here, like I said, we're going to go and we're going to do some different things with the head sculpt, I think. Whoops, well, there went the head. I will have to, since this is one of those odd figures they painted up and sold as a, I don't know what it is or what it was, but the head sculpt's really nice. I may use it for something else, but I think what made me want to do this is the Batman, the Frank Miller Batman. I want that head sculpt on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. And I'll keep the gray hair maybe. I might keep the gray hair because that'd go with the suit. Just for whatever, I bring these out to look at these. That doesn't look too good. I got some He-Man stuff out here. This probably would work. Now, my first gut reaction was what I wanted to do was this one right here. I'm not gonna. Yeah, well, they're kind of. You get the idea. I'll put it down all the way down, but you get the idea. I'll connect it later when I'm done. But I will have to match up the paint on the face. Do some skin tones on the hands and neck, of course. That's the only thing that's going to be kind of not so hard, but a little more than I wanted to do with this. But I don't know if I think I'm going to take it. I think I'll take it all apart. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. Maybe not. I may just try to leave most of this stuff on here. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to go about this yet. I'd like to take it completely apart, but I may leave this kind of more intact since it's going to be a straightforward color. If I was going to add a lot of colors, I wouldn't. I would definitely take it apart. So I end up taking them apart. These things that were on the side, these little shoulder plates, armor plates, I took them off. I didn't like them. I kind of like this look, where it looks like just a natural look. The cape draping over his shoulder. But outside of that, I decided to take it apart so I can get to these to this skin tone that I'm going to attempt to do. So drop them some water, cut these pieces off, and we'll just scratch them up a little bit with a Scotch pad and then get ready to go. We're here with the finished Black Adam. I'm really happy how he turned out. Just give you a really quick rundown of all the paints I used, which wasn't many. I start always when I come to matte, I use the war paints, the matte paint. Primer, I mean. Then for the 2 or 3 coats of white really spread on thin, I would use the Createx airbrush, and then for the black, I'll get close up here in a minute, around the emblem on his lightning bolt, I went in really strictly as I possibly could with my hands, which I don't know. I always go to licorice when it comes to folk art. This is my go-to black. And then around the gold over here, you'll see when he comes around, I'll show you up close here in a second, I went with the gold from Model Air, just around the highlights. And for the silver on the belt and the actual buttons on the tops where the cape attaches, I used gunmetal, of course, like I've always been using, trying to get away from using that so much. And you probably can't tell right now, but the boots and his gauntlet or whatever, his wrist armor and the boots alone, I used a gloss. The rest of the body, I used a matte, but I used the Liquitex gloss for the boots and wrist armor there. And this is the part I want to talk about right here. Had my daughter with me. Glad I did, because I tell you, no better person to pick out paint than my daughter, because she's a human color wheel. I'm not kidding either. Right here, I went with the head sculpt, and I tried to match it as best I could. So she found me this one, which is really cool. It's a honey brown, and he's kind of had dark shadings. He's from the Frank Miller Batman, the beefier one that comes with the light post, the gray and blue. And I did a couple coats with, well, 3 or 4 coats with this. This you have to be careful. I went on kind of thick. First I tried to go in light, but I went in thick. I went in thick, let it dry overnight, and then I hit it with a matte. Any kind of matte coating will do, or any kind of coating at first, just because you want to seal it before you try to go in, which I did because I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to accomplish this. So I went in and I added some Folk Art matte white, and then I dry brushed again around the neck, and I'll show you here in a sec up close that it's a little different. I'll get closer. Then I went after I dry brushed everything on top of his neck with a lighter color of this honey brown. I went back in with the standard honey brown and hit it really faintly and really lightly, and it seemed to work out pretty good. Is it 100%? No. But here's a before. Let me turn this off now. Let me see here. I do have them on a stand. It's a makeshift stand. It's not a fancy stand. Just I took a spray bottle of some sorts and pulled it off. Let's get him off this. Oh, I'll just leave him on. Oh, here. Let's see. Let's just take it off. Well, he's stuck in there pretty good. So I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him on then. Okay. Here. Let's get a better angle here for him. Let's get a better angle. I want to go up just a little bit. Come down a little bit. There we go. You got the lightning bolt on there that it came with, just for some special effects type thing. But here's the before and after. I did pick up 2 of these, like I said earlier. This is the same figure, just a different head sculpt, the same exact thing. So, and my thing is, I got like 6 different characters I want to use in a plain white suit as a sort of some league of sorts of my own, thing, where Superman will be here in a minute over here. But like I said, this is the before and after, as you've seen. Same thing. I did take off these here. I love variants in white suits, and I know what you're going to say is here, because I couldn't tell at first, man. But I tell you, there's a lot of opportunity with this sculpt. This is a really good figure. I really like this figure. I really like it. So when I paint this one, I'm going to take my time and really have the opportunity with all this different sculpts, and all different. The sculpt is amazing. It's got so much detail, and it's kind of wasted on here. But I want my own little. I got about 5 or 6 different figures I have in mind that I want in a white little league of some sort, superhero, villain, whatever, in their own league. Not superhero, not a villain. They're in between. So that's my thought process. That's what I want to build, and they're all going to be in white with very small highlights of colors to represent what they have, like Shazam here. Not Shazam. I love Shazam. It's not Shazam. Black Adam here is just like Shazam. I mean, it's really cool. But let me get up closer here so I can show you the neck. I have a horrible job I did on the neck. So here's the highlights. So here's what I tried to do. I tried to go in there. His face is kind of messed up anyway, because it is the battle damage Batman, Frank Miller Batman. But I think my daughter picked out a great color. It actually helped me do the job. Like I said, I went in there and I hit it with some lighter tones. You can see in the back and where the light would be. But anything else, it's darker. Back here in the back, it's dark like his face. I kind of like it. I like the dark tone now that I see it. I mean, I really liked how he looks. He looks like he's just out of a tanning booth for some reason. Maybe because he's shooting electric out of his hands. So up close here, I went around the edge here with black. There went gunmetal. And then the gold I use for the, I just wanted to highlight little things. That's it. And then right here, I was going to fill in gold inside the belt, but I thought, you know what? That looks pretty cool like that. That looks pretty cool like that. Just like that looks cool. I think that looks cool. Here I damaged him up a little bit because I kept trying to jam this thing, makeshift flight stand up his pamper there. But you ain't going to see it anyway. I love this idea of having a white superpower clan or people or whatever, but I love the idea of it. I'm going to do some more. I have a Batman in mind. I just don't have it yet. But I did take some pastel and put some pastel, as you can see, inside the holes that look like a little burnt. Because I just couldn't leave it, the holes that look raggedy. I just couldn't leave it just like it is. And I know there's a lot of missed opportunity here for colors. But I wanted to keep it where it was. I wanted to keep it white. That's how I wanted it. So here you are. Here's the beginning of my, I'm not sure, league yet. I'll figure it out when the time comes. But that's it. I really like how it turned out. I'm glad I used that head sculpt. And just for instance here, they don't have to be a great team of sorts because they can go up against, they can go up against Bizarro. He's out of his mind. He's a nut. They can go up against Bizarro. They can face off, man. I know it's silly, but you know what? I think they can face off, man. Let's move this over here. I know I'm getting silly right here. I know, but it's kind of neat, man. I'm kind of liking the idea of getting my own type of superpower people, or all in white suits. I'm sure it's been done somewhere before. It's not like I'm creating something that I don't know. I don't go out of the realm of basic superheroes. I don't do that. I just, I don't know. I'm sure there's a white suited somewhere. And I know the white suits do exist. I have a Dr. Doom in a white suit. Have it packaged up. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. But here you go. Here's my white suit so far. That's where we're at. Outside of that, man, that's it. Appreciate you watching. This is really simple and easy. Something to do after you've done a big project or something. This is something to do to, just something fast and simple and fun. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.